Hi, and welcome back to Gavin Sonex B. Well, a few days has passed again, and I did the tests on the paint and determined it was too dark. I didn't like it, so I've gone for a much lighter grey. And we're currently up in the grenier above the apartments that we have here, because we do holiday lets. Um, And this is where I have my spray booth. You may have seen it on a previous video. I'll just turn the camera around and you'll be able to see it. So here is the spray booth, which started life as a toilet tent for camping. In fact, they advertised it as a double toilet tent, which I take it means you can put two toilets in it, but it only has one door and no divider, so you'd have to be pretty friendly with somebody to go on it at the same time. But anyway, that's what I use for my spray booth, and I've got an electric convector heater in there, which is on when I've actually got something in there to paint. Anyway, I'll open it up and we'll have a look at what's inside. It's not very easy to see up here because the lighting is improvised, to say the least. I've got a bit of a lead going up over the top there and a light, um, but it's adequate for what I need to do. Normally I pull it out, spray it, and then push it back in again. So at the moment, this is what it looks like. It's had two undercoats. Well, firstly, I cleaned it over or went over it with an abrasive block, sort of Scotch-Brite, very fine Scotch-Brite block, just to rough the surface up a little bit. And then it's had two coats of undercoat. This has all happened over the last 48 hours or so, leaving a goodly time between coats, several hours, probably 4 to 5 hours between coats, to let it harden off reasonably well. And so it's had two undercoats. It's had two top coats over the top of light grey, so light grey undercoat, light grey gloss top coat. And to finish it off, I am going to give it a couple of coats of lacquer to make it really shiny. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll find out. So that's basically where we are at the moment. All the paint's over there on the side, and that's where I am at the moment. I had to tie my hair up whilst I'm spraying, because otherwise the hair goes everywhere, and I've already painted half my hand, which is normal for me. So I shall busy away now and put the last couple of coats of clear lacquer on. I might have to do the second one either late tonight or early tomorrow, because I'm going out for lunch today with some friends and we're going to drink some well, a bottle of red wine, and I'm taking some cognac with me as well to try. So I'm probably going to fall asleep all afternoon. Anyway, that's what I'm up to at the moment, and we'll see what it looks like after I've lacquered it. More later. So a couple of days has gone past again, and I have to apologise if my hair looks a bit strange, because it's just had its annual cut. It gets cut once, sometimes twice a year, and Katie has just lopped about 4 inches off the length of it, because as the temperature goes up here, I get very hot, and so I cut it short for the hot months, or shorter, let's say, for the hot months of the year. And it hasn't been washed yet since it was cut about 10 minutes ago, so it's all going to look a bit weird. Anyway, what have I been up to for the last couple of days? So, last time you saw me, I was at the spray booth, just about to commence lacquering the instrument panel. Well, that's all been done, and it's had a couple of days to cook, and is now nice and hard, and it looks really quite good. I'm quite pleased. Managed to keep all the flies and crud out of it. It looks like a grey shiny piece of metal now, a bit like this. So there we go, one instrument panel which has been sprayed up. I've also sprayed the glove compartment box with black paint on the outside. And so it's now like a proper glove box, and that's been fitted. I've temporarily popped the power outlets in at the far end there, just to give me an idea. I had this kind of idea about making a logo to go on the instrument panel, so I've been playing with the 3D printer and just printed out that, which is like sort of Mark 1. It's a little bit too big, and I don't know quite how I'm going to do it, but it's not bad for a first attempt. Looks quite good on the panel as well, I think, actually, but as I say, it's too big. I've also been playing with options for annotating the escutcheon plates. Previously I'd shown you that I had put or effectively engraved the writing into it, and was going to try and fill it with a different colour. Well, that didn't go very well, and every time I tried to fill the sort of embossed writing, it went all over the place and stained the material, and it just didn't look right. It wasn't good enough. So I then went back and had a go at two-colour printing. My printer isn't really capable of two-colour printing, but I had a look online, and somebody had managed to work out how to stop the printer partway through printing at a certain layer level, changed the plastic to a different colour, and then recommence it to print the rest of it, and it comes out looking a bit like that, which I think actually is good enough for what I want. So that's what I'm going to do with my escutcheon plates. So I needed to order some white ABS material to go with the black ABS material that these are actually going to be printed out in. These are PLA at the moment. The problem with PLA is the melting point is too low, and on a hot day this would just curl up and go sort of bendy and horrible, whereas with ABS it's a lot higher melting temperature, so it should be fine in the cockpit. Anyway, and so that's really where I am at the moment. And I must say, it does look quite nice. It's very shiny. You can't really see it from here, but don't know whether I can get a reflection off it. But it is very smooth and shiny. Oh, you can see the reflection there. Look. I'm very pleased with how it's come out. And so the next thing to do is to actually load it up with some instruments. I'm short of a few bolts and things, but over the next few days I shall get that sorted, and then reassemble the equipment onto the panel, and then we'll have a look at what needs to be wired. Anyway, more later. Well, here we are, 6 days later. Now, it's taken 6 days for me to finalise all my designs for my printing. For the escutcheon plates, the glove box door, the little logo, and a couple of extra bits that I came up with on the way. And so that's taken 6 days of messing about, printing things out, throwing them away, trying it a little bit different, experimenting with writing sizes and stuff like that. And I finally got it all put together, and it looks a little bit like this. So the extra bits I've done, I did a little escutcheon plate which says push full rich for my mixture control. I had a couple of goes at doing the sort of main switch plate with various writing on it. It didn't look right, and ended up going back to plan A and just leaving it like that. I've got to find a way of doing a legend for the turbo cooler switch, which is on the right. Everything's fitted together reasonably well. I did the centre escutcheon plate with some writing on it for the different fuses that I've got there and switches, so that's worked out really nice. And then my glove box door come Galaxy tab mount has worked out really well as well. There we go, the door opens nicely. There's a nice big glove box in there for sandwiches or whatever else you want to put in there. Haven't worked out a way of clamping it all together, and the Galaxy tab just pops in. That's the wrong way. Got to do it from the top upwards. There we go. So there's the tablet. Whoops. There we go. There's the tablet running with the Sky Demon software on it, which is great. The logo came out nicely. I reduced it in size a little bit and printed it out with two threaded bits sticking out the back of it, so it's bolted to the panel. And all in all, I'm very pleased with it. It's looking nice. It's gone together the way I anticipated, and so really it's down to looking at the wiring side of it now. I want to make it so it's detachable, relatively easily detachable, to work on it. If there are any faults or anything, it's going to be a pain in the ass to get up behind it, and I'll never ever get in there. So I'm going to wire it so it's there are pull apart sockets and plugs to actually get the thing out of there. Relatively simple. And so that's the next challenge. It's absolutely heaving it down with rain here at the moment. You might be able to hear it in the background, hitting the Velux window behind me. It's not cold, it's just very, very wet. It looks like April's come early. Anyway, that's enough about the panel. It's been an interesting project. It's taken a bit longer than I anticipated. Probably spent in total, it's got to be a couple of weeks, if not 3. But it's worked out nicely and I'm pleased with it. So until we meet again, more later.